They look like crap, to be honest. I don't really expect much of them. The wires on the input are very thin, so let's see what it does. Holy shit. Do you guys see that? Hello guys, welcome back. It's with you, and in today's video we are doing a whole bunch of unboxings. So let's get this video started. So in today's video we will be obviously kind of taking an overlook of what we have, what I have ordered in a period of about 2 months, and it might give you a hint where this channel is going. Also, in the next video we will be testing some of these components. Now the deal is, if you want to see something tested next video, write it down in the comment area down below, and don't forget to leave a time of that moment in the video where you saw that item, and then that way I know which item you want me to test and pretty much review. So these items are very important for a couple of my future projects and projects that I'm working right now. So I would like to start with some of the meters that I bought. So I actually bought a bunch of meters. This is a 100-volt meter. This is a 500-volt meter. Made in Germany, used, of course. You can't buy these anymore, at least I don't think you can, but yeah, so that's what it is. This is a 500-volt meter as well, and this one is DC, indicated by a plus and minus sign. This guy, I think it's AC because of the 50 hertz thing there, and this guy, well, I think it shows DC, but I'm not sure. So that is that. Also, something really cool, eBay is the most amazing place for components, and I've been convincing myself for a very long time that it is. And yes, it is. Look at this. AC amps, 0 to 30 amps. So we will be using this guy for monitoring our current for our Tesla coil driver. And I might be using one of these for my voltage. And there's actually a couple more meters you guys need to see. So the next meter I'm actually really excited about, and it is this thing. This thing, I believe it was about 20 bucks. So this is the ratings. Focus. There we go. So these are the ratings. As you can see, it's 300 volts, and it can measure 100 amps because it has a current transformer on it, and it has a couple of other really important features. So this guy can actually measure watts, kilowatt hours, and it can tell you power factor. Also, it can tell you voltage and amps, AC of course. Now I thought this would be really cool to put on to my Tesla coil driver, to have a real-time power measurement without any of Arduino type of thing, and it's pretty much doing the same thing. So I just spent the money, bought the actual meter, and yeah, I already turned it on and it's pretty cool. So yeah, there's actually one more meter I really want to show you. Wait, did I say one? No, I meant 4, and that's right. And I said 4 because there's actually 4 meters that I bought, and I got one open, so I will show it to you right now. So this guy was about about $5 each, and I think they're really clever meters. So look at that. Isn't it beautiful? If you can only focus. There we go. So these are actually pretty cool units, and they're cool because they're panel mount, so you can put them in your power supply and whatnot. They have these convenient connections. So this will measure your current, and this will measure your voltage, and it will also give power to the unit itself. And I thought they were cool because they have these voltage calibration pot and amp calibration pot, and these are 50 volt and 5 amp. Focus. There we go. So these are 50 volt and 5 amp meters. They're LCD screen backlit, of course, and they're actually just really small, really cool. And I thought it would make it a good addition to any power supply I might make in the future. And yes, there's more power supplies coming. If you subscribe for that, it's coming soon. I'm still planning it, but it's going to be epic. Okay, so now let's actually get through most of the clutter and actually remove it from the table, because they're not really that important. So just some cable clamps on some adhesive, really simple. I also bought some of these thermal pads. They're just silicone conductive sheets, really convenient if you're working with computers and whatnot a lot. That's why I needed them. You just lay it on the PCB, and you can put a heatsink on top of it, and it can transfer the heat from the PCB to your heatsink. Really convenient. I also bought some of these project boxes. They're just really good. I've been making many projects with these, and every time I just find myself that they're just so convenient. They're small enclosures, and this is a good example of what it can be used for. I also have some of these RGB programmable volume visualizer boards, and it's just bars that come up and down, and you can change the color, the shape of it, and it's really cool. So for now I only have 2 modules, but more is coming on the way. So in the future I will make a full build, and it will be somewhere on my desk by my computer, visualizing the music, and it should be really cool. Alright, so bought some 2-buck high voltage modules, completely disassembled. I thought they come with the PCB, to be honest, but nope, they don't. And they did come with the heatsink and all the necessary components. So we might actually go ahead and in the future just make a video testing these out, but I wouldn't really expect much from them. So because I am working on a pretty complicated device right now, and I need a controller for them, so I do have this SG3525 module, adjustable frequency and duty cycle, dual output modules. They're really cool. But the problem is I only have 2, so I went ahead and I ordered 4 more in case I burn them out, and I think that's going to happen really soon. So yeah, but yeah, these are pretty cool modules. You can do a lot with them, and you can do switch mode power supplies. This is what it's actually made for, or you can do just PWM controllers and whatnot. So pretty cool. Alright guys, couple more items left. I know, it had been a long video, but hear me out. This is really important. I think maybe some of you want to buy these items, and you were wondering how it looks like, how big is it, because generally they don't show that information on the listing. So it's actually pretty cool. So let's continue. We got some drill bits made in 𝙈𝘼𝙄𝘼, and I did actually manage to break 2 of them. What a shame. What a shame. So did actually break 2. Tried to drill lead with the Dremel. And that was not a good idea. So good thing they're only $5 a set. So I did order more of these, and I did order bigger sizes too. So this is a 0.6 mils, 0.6 till 1.5 mils, and the other one goes 1.6 to 2.5 or something like that. So real good for PCBs and whatnot. So I'm definitely getting more of these. Next item, couple items. So I got some PSUs here. These are actually used. As you can see, this one looks brand new. Actually, this one had some suffering, but this one works. The third one works. This one never tested. So these are actually medical power supplies, and as you can see, there are 24 volts, 3 amps output. So really good. I mean, never tested this one. It probably works, and this one works like a treat. So this might go into my Bluetooth speaker, and I might actually use this on my driver. So we still have to figure some things out, but I think it's going on there. Next item, I got some pots for you. So I'm actually really excited about these. These are 10-turn potentiometers, and they're pretty cool. So this one is $50K. These guys are $50K, and this is $100K. So I bought 4 each. Might be making an adjustable power supply once again, so I need these because I ran out. Yeah, baby, we are getting closer and closer. Look at these beauties. They're advertised 1/2 kilowatts. Not sure, because I did manage to burn 2, but I did fix them, and they're in my power supply that I built. So really good modules. You can mod them or whatnot. They're based on the SG3525 PW. Alrighty, and they have convenient inputs and outputs, and yeah, just really good boost converter modules. Replaceable fuses, adjustable low voltage cutoff, your adjustable current and voltage. Really convenient. We got some taps. These are twist taps. Usually you would have them straight. So yeah, these actually come twisted. So this is M4. I think it's indicated somewhere here. I don't know if you can see. M4.07 mils, and the other one is M3 for M3 screws. And speaking of M3 screws, this is how I got my screws. Really cheap. This is M3 6 mil long, and this is M3 10 mils long, and this is how they look like. They're really good. You know, cheap. You don't need a lot of strength on them. These are hex. That's how I usually get them, and they're actually countersunk. So for ease of machining and flushing them to the surface, yeah, just really good, really cheap. Next item, I got some PWM controllers. These are dual channel as well. They have an LCD screen, LED screen. You got buttons for ease of actually adjusting the frequency and duty cycle for both of the channels. It has a USB port, so we can power it from a USB port. And yeah, they don't come with this cable. I did add that myself. But yeah, I bought 3, and they're pretty cool. I actually used one in my DIY servo controller a video that I made some time ago, and yeah, works really well. So that PWM LED controller, we might use that on our Tesla coil driver. We might use that as an interrupter. I'm not sure yet. And these guys, there are $2 for 5 of them, so $4 for these 2 packs. These are automotive amplifiers. This is a 𝙈𝘼𝙄𝙇𝘽𝘼, and yeah, they're just really good. So if I don't use them for my Tesla coil driver gate drive, I might actually use them as they're intended, as an amplifier. Now, are these genuine or not? I have no idea. So they might actually not meet the specs. But I thought, hey, for a gate drive, they might actually do the trick. So we need to do testing of the maximum frequency they can work at. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Speaking of small things, I got some really tiny boost converters. I don't usually get them this tiny, but this time I thought to try them out. So as you can see, I had never opened this package. I never held it with my bare hands, but so let's pull one out and see how small that is. As you can see, it is really small, and this tab actually comes off, so we don't need that. This is the boost converter. So small, yet so powerful. I think this guy can handle something like 2 amps output, which is, well, or input. I'm not sure, but they're really small. And for tiny projects where you need a little bit more voltage for something, these can really do the trick, as they're so small and so convenient. And I actually bought 10 of these guys because I thought that, well, they're about as powerful as the other ones that I buy, but the only difference is they're so tiny, which makes them perfect for a whole variety of projects. We got a whole board, and I say board because it is actually a board, and you still have to break them off. But these are boost and buck converters at the same time. So the way these actually work is they're constant voltage only. So these are boost and buck converters at the same time. So the way they work is you give them voltage, and then let's say you want 5 volts at the output. So you would actually set it to 5, and it will keep at 5. But let's say you only have 3 volts and you want more, you can make it more, or you can make it less. And these guys make it perfect for an application where you need to have a knob and adjust the voltage. So these are actually 10k ohm potentiometers on here. So they're really convenient, and I bought 10 of them. Now the bad thing is, one was actually broken when it showed up. So we'll see if we can fix that. And yeah, I will definitely do testing of this in the next video. Alright, so this is probably the most expensive purchase at $75. This was before I actually got the IGBTs for my Tesla coil driver. These are RFP 260N power MOSFETs, and I have actually a whole 25 of them here in this package. So it shipped from USA, which was really fast, and well, the price was really big, but that's about the price they go at. You can't really find them any cheaper unless you buy them in bulk like this. So that was a good deal, I guess. So originally I was going to use them for my induction heater and Tesla coil driver, but now I'm thinking of actually building a totally DIY scratch power supply, which will be insanely powerful, just like everything on this channel, and they will be really handy. Okie dokie. So you saw those boost and buck modules, and let's say you don't have enough power in them to power your project. Well, this module has your back. This module is capable of 10 amps, well, claimed. We're going to test that obviously, but 10 amps buck converter. Not sure if that's actually true, but it does have some sort of PWM controller and couple MOSFETs on there, and it's pretty simple, to be honest. There's nothing really to it. We might want to change some caps and whatnot, but yeah, it should do the job just fine. And for some reason I bought only 3, and I was supposed to get 4, but we'll see how many we use for our future projects, and then we can always get more. So let's say you have a project, and this thing would not fit for obvious reasons. What do? Well, China has your back, because they have just created a module for you. This little guy. It's a 10 amp boost converter, which has constant voltage and constant current source. And check this out, it's made on an aluminum PCB, which means you can actually slap this on to a heatsink, and it would be really efficient at dissipating all of the heat. Now, the cool thing about it is how small that is. It's really about, yeah, it's a third of the size, yet claimed 2 times less power. So you can really use this guy for powering LEDs and whatnot, right? Because if you have a 12 volt ATX power supply, you would need to increase the voltage to meet the LED power requirements, and that would be about 36 or something volts. So this makes it perfect for higher power portable projects, or just a source of power for something that needs it. These are high voltage generators from eBay. So I did buy some of those really cheap kits. I bought 3 of them, which even the package is useless. So I never opened these before. Let's see what it is. Well, kind of look, well, they look like crap, to be honest. I don't really expect much of them. On the page, the seller does say to be really careful about these, and it does say it can generate about 2 centimeter spark. So not sure how that will work, but the wires on the input are very thin. I don't expect much from this thing, so we're gonna give it about 3 centimeters. We'll see if it can do better what it should do, and then we'll test it. So on the item page, it does say that red is positive and green is negative. So let's see what it does. Holy shit. Interesting. Did you guys see that? I want to do it again. I smell ozone. This thing is dangerous. This thing is dangerous, man. I smell ozone. And that was all powered from a single 18650. The input wires got warm. It did say it needs about 3 amps. Interesting. That is really powerful. I actually have an idea for these modules. I just bought some to test them out, see how they perform, but they outperform any of my expectations. Holy crap. So having 3 of these in series on the output would result in about 10 centimeter spark, as much as my homemade power supply is making, although that thing is consuming about 100 watts of power. Holy crap. So I saved the most important piece for last because I think it's really important, and I will actually show you some of the things I have coming up. And let me show you the box. So this is the box. Yes, it's heavy, and the most important thing is what is actually inside, and that is, ta-da! I got copper. Now, how much copper I got is the question, and I can actually show you that. Now, this video is not sponsored by the company that sent me this. I did buy it with my own money, and it was 150 bucks Kanakistan, but I think it's worth it, and I think it was a good price. So there you go. Let's see if I can focus on that. 10 pounds, 20 gauge, made in America. So really, really cool. So we will be definitely doing a Tesla coil if you hadn't figured that out. Now, how big is the question? And I am still debating between solid state and actual microwave oven transformer driver, because microwave oven transformer driver is easier to make, but it's not as controllable as a solid state driver. So I'm still debating which one I will do, but yeah. So here is about, well, it actually says on the sticker itself, there's approximately 3,146 feet. So yeah, this is a lot of wire, and it is expensive, so I have to use it wisely. We will use this for transformers, maybe, or, well, Tesla coil, right? So I think it's just a really good thing to have around when you're working with transformers and whatnot. So I bought a whole bunch, and it will last me for quite some time. So let's get to the secret I wanted to tell you. So I will be hand filming for this portion, but I really want to show you this. So this is the wire, okay? This is my Tesla coil driver that's sitting on the floor, and it does have an induction heater end on it, but yeah, it's only temporary, and I am planning to use this as an induction heater in the future. But yeah, for now I will only focus on the Tesla coil, and yeah, but I will be building both of the driver circuitries at the same time, so it's really convenient. So this is it. Yep, this is a big pipe. Big pipe. In fact, this is 5 feet of pipe, and I do have a second coil right there and a third coil for a smaller Tesla coil, and you can actually see some of the top loads I will be making. And I also have some top loads here, just so you can see the size. These are just top loads. This one can actually expand and contract in diameter because it's made of this pipe. But yeah, it's really cool. And yeah, this is the video that never came out actually. It never was good enough, so I'm planning to refilm this. This is a 400 horsepower contactor, indicated by the size of the bus bars here that's coming in and coming out. So it should be a pretty cool video. So yeah, if you stay till the end, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I just really want you guys to know, if you have any suggestions for future videos, feel free to write it down below in the comment area, as I'm always trying to improve the content I'm making, and I want to make the things you guys like. So don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, comment what items you want me to review in the next video, and yeah, I will see you there. Bye.